Hey guys, this is Jamie with His Wife's Keeper. I told you that I was going to do a lot of, just regular everyday stuff. And I am. Today I'm actually preparing roast potatoes and carrots with onions and celery and peppers for my family. It's easy, simple, and come with me while I do it. I've got a brisket that I'm about to put in. It was on sale, so of course I got it. It's $2.94 a pound. It was $36.72, but I got it for $20. I look for deals wherever I go. And yes, I wash my meat, and my hands are very, very much washed. So I'm carrying it over to my mom's crock pot. It's already on, and I'm laying it fat side up. Now, we're gonna get the herbs. And we're gonna get the seasonings to go on that so it can be marrying and getting real happy before I put all the veggies in. You're gonna be seeing me doing that a lot, and I do mean a lot, because I'm really scared of germs. I've got an autoimmune issue, and I have to be. Let's get the cutting board out, the one my husband picked out for me. And let's get, oh, I think the knife's over here. Yes, it is. So, are we gonna go over here or over there? All right, I am preparing my carrots. I always skin them. Some people do not, but I always do. In case there's a dark mark inside or underneath the skin, I can go ahead and get it. Alrighty, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, the key to all this is having a sharp knife. You have got to have a sharp knife. If you have a dull knife, you are not going to get anywhere pretty quick. See, looky here. I've been, of course, as you guys saw, I have been going through my herbs, and they are cut perfectly. But yeah, key to a lot of this is making sure that your knife is not dull. Okay, let's scoop these up and let's go to the roast. The reason why I do fat up is because fat renders, which means it melts. So as the fat melts, gets hot and sizzles, it will take in the herbs, and when it flows out of the meat, it will take that flavor with it. We've got a little bit left here. Let's go ahead and get it. And let's put the rest on. We want every little bit to get in there. Okay, and we are done at that point. Now, for a little bit of sauce, juice, or whatever you want to call it, stock. All right, we've got water from our purifier in the laundry room. Because city water, I'm sorry, it ain't hitting on nothing. So we are going to measure out a cup of water, and we are not going to pour it over top of the roast. We're going to pour it at its sides because we don't want to move those herbs at all. Oops. Alrighty, we are going to put the lid on, leave the measuring cup there in case we need to pour some more. And now we are going to cut up our carrots. These are large carrots. They are organic. They are beautiful, actually. That's one of my favorite things to grow in a garden is carrots. I just love getting them at the end of the season. I just love getting them. Okay, we are going to cut them into probably 1 by 1 size chunks. So this is probably 3 inches. We can get 3 chunks out of that. Put it to the side and just repeat until all your carrots are cut up. I know this is going to take long, so I'm going to move you guys right to the end. Wasn't that a nice skip? We are on the last carrot. The last piece of carrot, and we are going to walk the cutting board over to the roast and go ahead and put them in. And these are beautiful organic carrots. It came from a farm near here. I mean, I got them at Food Line, but it stated which farm they came from. Alrighty. Whoops. And the reason why I'm doing it by hand and not just dumping them in there is because I do not want the herbs knocked off the roast. Not at all. So therefore, I'm just going to go ahead and take time and put them on and around the roast without disturbing it. My hands are pretty small, so that's probably why it's taking me a minute. I wish I had Go-Go Gadget hands. That'd be great. Do y'all remember Inspector Gadget? Oh my goodness, it was my favorite cartoon. It was great. Inspector Gadget. Now, I season everything in layers because I want to make sure every little thing's got seasoning on it. So I use Body Complete seasoning, Sazon Completa, if I said that correctly. And I season very well. We don't use a lot of salt because my mom's got borderline high blood pressure. So we go easy on that. And then I use Supreme Tradition garlic and pepper. Like I said, a lot of flavor, not a lot of salt. And that's actually what I put on the layers until it's time for, after it's been cooking a while, I use the Kinder's stew seasoning, and it's phenomenal. I have used it for probably, 20 years. My favorite thing to do is cook for my family. I just absolutely love it. I love knowing that their bellies are full, and it's because of me. So now it's time for the celery and the potatoes. As you can see, I have peeled and de-skinned the onions. I've got 3 Vidalia onions, medium size, and I've got celery here. But before we cut the celery, we gotta wash the celery. This was actually some really, really pretty celery. And I always keep the leaves because when I make bone broth or stock homemade, I keep the skins of stuff and the tops because they do good in my stock. I've actually got some in the freezer right now. So we're going to fast forward, but what we are going to do, we are going to slice the onions in chunks about the same size as we did the carrots. That's what we are going to do with all of our vegetables. So I'm going to slice those in chunks, and then I'm going to slice the celery in 1-inch pieces. See you guys then. And this one we are definitely going to be able to cut 3 times, if not 4, 3 times worked. Okay, let's go over to the crock pot. And then after these, Okay, now we've got our onions and our carrots in, and our celery. We have seasoned our carrots in that top, so we're going to put our first packet of Kinder's Sunday pot roast in. And we're just going to put that directly over our onions and our celery. Alrighty, now it's time for potatoes. 4 jumbo russet potatoes, which is plenty enough. I leave the skin on them, but we've got to wash them, guys. I don't use the brush because it takes off the first layer of the potato. See, me just doing it with my hands does the same thing. And that's where all of your good stuff is in the skins of veggies. I'm all about going as natural as possible. So I pretty much, if something has skins, I leave them there because you're just cutting off and discarding what you need. That's where the vitamins are. That's what's holding your veggie in and feeding your veggie. So we are going to do these the same way as we've done everything else. Cut them in half, vertical. Cut the half in half again and cut them in 1-inch chunks. So guys, I will see you when I'm done. I'm on the last half of my potatoes, and we're going to carry them over. I wonder if it's going to be enough room. All right, now we're going to put our potatoes in, or taters. That's what I call them. I'm just trying to be grammatically correct. Well, there's going to be just enough room, I'm thinking. But everything will cook down some, so it's not going to be a problem. Alrighty, now we're going to put our second pack of Tender Sunday pot roast in, and we're going to put it over our potatoes. Oh, this is going to be so good. I was mentioning it to my husband, and he was like, oh yeah. I love cooking. And the water that we had earlier, of course there was a little bit left. I'm just going to lightly go over my potatoes with it, because it is definitely going to need some juice. And that also gets some of that Kinder's seasoning down in there. Now we are going to cover, or attempt to cover.
Oh boy.
Okay, there we go. We are going to cover and let that do its thing. And I'm going to do the last thing that I'm going to have to squeeze in there, which is the peppers. An orange sweet bell pepper. Wash his butt and his head. Shake the water off a little bit. Shake it off. Alright. And so I don't get any seeds, I do my best to cut around it. But of course you're going to get a couple. And I'll show you an easy way to get rid of them. Alright, let's pull this bad boy out. Like I said, you're going to get a few anyway. I'm going to the trash can, and I'm going to try and get as much seeds off as I can, because the rest of the pepper I'm going to put in my bag for stock Wednesday. And I'm going to take you all with me doing that also. I'm telling you, it has some power in it. I don't know what kind of power it's got in it. It's called Jesus. And it does the trick. Alright, now that we got our peppers disconnected, the white vein that's in the middle, of course you cut out. And I got this vein out that has the seeds on it, so I don't have to worry about that part, which is great. And all this is also going into the bag for stock. And what I do, I give them a tap, and that always gets the seeds out. Just turn them around and give them a pop. Alright, now we are going to cut these in 1-inch pieces, as we've done everything else, and cut them in 1-inch pieces. We've got that. Always watch your fingers. Yes, I'm cutting these a bit different because it's their shape. Y'all, this pot roast is going to be so good. I hope somebody's with me doing it. Or take my recipe with it, whatever. Because your family is going to really enjoy it. And it'll last a couple days, which is so good because we all know how high groceries are. It is pitiful. You can't even afford to live anymore. But, you know, we've got God, don't we? And that is all we need. He will provide. He always does, and it's always on time. Alright, I'm putting my knife down. Y'all come on over with me again. And we will squeeze these in somehow. I'm going to put them in, and then I will figure out how to get them to stay there. Alright. I'm hoping that they just fall down into the little pieces that the potatoes have made. And of course you guys know my hands are washed several times. And now we are good to go. Set it and forget it. I hope you all enjoyed cooking with me today.